Hey, Brooke, I won't be home until late tonight. Work needs me to stay and finish off some important reports in time for a meeting tomorrow.
Wait, what? But we have my dad's will reading today at 5. Will you be able to make it?
Sorry. No, sorry, I'm simply way too busy to take any time off. My boss is already annoyed at me because I went to your dad's funeral. I can't afford to annoy him any more than I already have.
But what about the will?
You're gonna have to go by yourself, I'm afraid.
Seriously? You know how much my dad meant to me. I can't go to the reading of his will by myself. It'll crush me. I can hardly stop myself from bursting into tears randomly throughout the day. There's no way that I'll be able to sit through his will without crying. I really need you with me for support, Andrew.
Look, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. I'm needed here.
You're needed with me.
I'll get fired if I go. Do you want that? We'd have no money then, so I don't know how you'd think we'd survive.
Fine. If that's how you want to be, then so be it. I'll just go to the reading myself.
Good, that's what I've been telling you to do. Maybe if you actually listen to me sometimes, we wouldn't end up in these kinds of arguments.
Whatever. Don't expect me back tonight. I'm going to spend the evening at my mom's house, and I'll probably sleep there. Considering you're not being very comforting or helpful towards me in this whole situation.
Seriously, you're gonna be that petty? What about dinner?
You'll have to sort that out yourself.
Oh, that's your job. As my wife, you need to do the cooking how I like it.
What? Where on earth have you got that idea from? I'm not some 1930s housewife who does whatever you tell her to.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? You're always so busy going off and being independent that you never have time to take care of the house or me. I work long and hard hours, and I think I deserve to have someone show me a little bit of pampering for everything I do.
Well, what about me? You're not the only one who works hard, you know. I work just as hard as you do, and then I'm expected to come home and do the cleaning and cooking and everything in between, whilst you're just sitting on your butt watching TV.
Well, that's because everyone knows that men work harder than women. It's just expected of us, so we should be looked after by our wives when we come home. That's why we're paid more, you know?
I really just can't deal with you right now. I'm going to go and hear whatever is in the will, and then I'm going to go and have an evening with my mom where we can reminisce about my dad. Please don't message me unless it's important.
Whatever. So, what did the lawyer say? What did your dad leave us? Brooke? Hello, anyone there? It's kind of rude to ignore people, you know.
Andrew, is something wrong? Why are you messaging me?
Huh? Why would anything be wrong? I just wanted to know how the meeting went with the lawyer.
Look, I don't really want to discuss that at the moment. I'm just trying to have a nice evening with my mom. If you really wanted to know, you should have come to the meeting with me.
Oh, you're not still moaning about that, are you? Look, I was busy, so I couldn't. But that doesn't mean you can't tell me about it now. I mean, I know your dad was fairly well off, so he must have left us quite a bit of money. So, how much have we got?
Are you kidding me? You're seriously messaging me after ditching me during one of the most difficult times of my life just to ask if my dead dad has left me any money? I can't actually believe you right now.
Look, I know it's not nice having one of your parents die, but at the end of the day, it's gonna happen to everyone sooner or later. At least we can get something good out of a horrible situation. I mean, depending on how much he's left us, we could even go away to like Tenerife or the Bahamas or somewhere. I know you've always wanted to go there.
Really? You wouldn't be too busy with work to go on vacation to somewhere like that?
No, I could definitely take time off of work so that we can go there. It'd be easy. I just need to know how much inheritance your dad left us so that I know if we can afford it or not.
Okay, well, he's left me his company and all of his assets along with a few $100,000 in cash.
Whoa, what? He's left you with all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I am his only child, so it kind of makes sense that he would leave me his company to do what I want with it. I know it's not a massive business, but it earns a healthy living, so I could be quite well off with it.
Yeah, we definitely could. I mean, I could actually quit my job and live the luxury lifestyle I've always wanted to live.
Well, we'd have to see about that. We can't go spending money recklessly, as then we'd end up with nothing left. Besides, my dad left me this money and his company so that I could have a secure life and not have to worry about money. He wouldn't want me to squander it away.
We wouldn't be squandering it, simply enjoying some well-earned comforts and luxuries that we can finally afford. In fact, I might go and order a new car. You know, I've been wanting one for a while now, and with all this money in our possession now, it would be the perfect time to get one. Not to mention the trip, I'll get that booked up straight away.
Andrew, just wait a moment.
Brooke, just chill for once, would you? Let me just have a bit of fun. You're always so boring and careful. It's really annoying and a bit of a downer. I need to have a bit of adventure in my life, so just let me do this. Got it?
Fine, if that's what you want to do.
It is.
Okay then. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to enjoying my evening with my mom.
Huh? Oh, yeah, you do that. I'm gonna be celebrating this evening as well, in my own way. So don't try and call me or anything. I probably won't be able to respond.
Huh? What do you mean, celebrate? And why wouldn't you be able to answer your phone? Andrew? Hey, Andrew, I just saw that you've booked the tickets for Tenerife, but how are you able to do that? I haven't got an up-to-date passport, so there's no way that you were able to book a ticket for me, and yet the email says that there are clearly 2 first-class tickets for Tenerife.
What are you doing on my personal laptop? That's an invasion of my privacy.
Whoa, chill out. My laptop died on me, so I was trying to sort out getting a new one. That's why I'm on yours.
Well, you shouldn't be on it. You didn't even ask me.
Well, I thought that, seeing as I'm your wife, you wouldn't mind if I borrowed it for a bit to sort out a new computer for myself. Why are you getting so upset?
Because that's my laptop. I have personal things on there.
You mean like all of your messages with your girlfriend? Vanessa?
What? I don't know what you're on about.
You can drop the act now. You're not fooling anyone, and you haven't been for a while now.
What do you mean?
Did you really think that I didn't know that you were cheating on me? I mean, come on. You didn't exactly try very hard to hide your tracks. You even basically told me not to message you the other day because you'd be celebrating my dad's death. The only reason you wouldn't respond to a text is if you were doing something you weren't supposed to. I also have friends, you know, people who have seen you out and about with your new girlfriend. Did you honestly think that they wouldn't tell me about you cheating on me?
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore anyway. I was gonna wait considering your dad just died, but I want a divorce.
No problem. I've already filed for one. The papers should be with you soon.
What? How stupid can you get? That's exactly what I want.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Your dad has just died and left you thousands of dollars and even a company. I, being your husband, get half of everything you have, so I get to have half of all your money, and I don't even have to lift a single finger to earn it. Oh, and if you hadn't guessed, the tickets to Tenerife are for me and Vanessa. There was absolutely no way I was going to go to somewhere that amazing with a downer like you. You'd have to be a moron to think I'd do that. It looks like everything is going exactly as I wanted it to.
Oh, wow. You sure had everything planned out, didn't you? How long have you been waiting to put this little scheme into action? Was it your idea, or did this Vanessa help you come up with it? Surely you couldn't have been smart enough to come up with something like this on your own.
Vanessa might have helped me come up with the idea, but I'm the one who perfected it. Once I have half your money, me and Vanessa can finally go and live a fun life like we've always wanted to. We might even be able to befriend some people in higher places. Who knows? I just know my life will be 1,000 times better without you in it.
Yeah? I was just about to say the same thing, actually. There's just one teeny tiny flaw in your plan.
Oh yeah? What's that then? Because as far as I'm concerned, I've got you snookered.
Yeah, you would have, if not for the fact that I don't have my inheritance yet.
Huh? What are you on about?
You know how my dad never liked you? He always said that you were no good for me. Well, turns out he thought you'd try and do something like this to me, so he made it a point to say that all of my inheritance will only be given to me after my mom passes away. Until then, technically, everything belongs to her, so it won't even be considered in the divorce proceedings.
What?
Also, with all of the evidence that you've so helpfully given me, confirming that you cheated on me and even came up with a plan to scam me out of my money, any judge and jury will surely rule in my favor. It looks like you'll be the one who'll be paying me quite a lot in compensation for your unfaithfulness.
That can't be true. No way. That's not fair.
That's what happens when you cheat on your partner. But at least you and Vanessa will be able to forget about things for a while whilst in Tenerife. That is, if you can afford it.
There's no way that I can pay for the vacation anymore. I was gonna use your dad's money. You need to give me the money for it. It's the least you can do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't owe you anything. You were so horrible and cruel to me after my dad died. At no point did you try to comfort me or console me. You just snuck around behind my back with your girlfriend and tried to make me feel bad for not being a good wife.
Well, I didn't mean it.
That's such a pathetic excuse. No, I'm done with you. I'm just glad that you showed me your true colors before I wasted any more time on you. You'll never see me again, Andrew. And you most definitely won't be seeing even a penny of my money.
Brooke, wait, please, I love you.
Well, that sucks for you, because I don't love you. It's time I finally did what my dad said I should have years ago, and find someone who actually appreciates me and loves me for me, not for what I can do for them. Goodbye and good riddance. After revealing to Andrew that I knew all about his affair, I quickly started the divorce proceedings so that I could get rid of him as quickly as possible. Just like I thought, with all of the evidence about his affair and attempted scam, the judge sided with me quite quickly. I received a lot of compensation from my ex-husband due to his behavior. After that, I've moved back so that I could be closer to my mom and support her now that my dad was gone. I also took over his company and began to run it. The business quickly started growing, and I am currently managing quite a large company that is bringing in a lot of money. And thankfully, I don't have a lazy husband who expects me to do everything for him, trying to mooch off of me. I'm happy things worked out in the end.
Louisa, honestly, how many times do I have to tell you that Violet needs to be fed every 3 to 4 hours if she's ever going to have any hope of growing into a strong little girl? Not to mention that you need to watch what you eat as well. I don't want my granddaughter growing fat simply because you decided that you were going to gorge yourself on chocolate and fatty foods whilst you were nursing her.
Nice to speak to you too, Vera. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Enough with the sarcasm. How you even have time to be snarky with me when you should be focused on your baby is beyond me. How is she supposed to grow up properly when she's got a mother acting like a sarcastic teenager?
I don't talk to my 3-month-old daughter in a sarcastic way, Vera. Besides, even if I did, she wouldn't remember it. She's only 3 months old. She won't remember anything from this age.
Well, that's not true at all. I remember when I was 3 months old.
Well, you would be one of the very few who do.
Are you being sarcastic again? Ugh, whatever. That's not why I messaged you.
Yes, why have you messaged me, Vera? I was finally able to get Violet down for a nap, and I was about to follow after her, so I would like to make this chat as quick as possible. I don't want to be rude, but I got very little sleep last night as Violet was up most of the night.
Napping? Really? When I had Jonathan, I would never simply have a nap when he was asleep. No. That time would be when I did all of the household chores, like the washing and cleaning the kitchen and preparing dinner for my husband. You need to be more active. Jonathan deserves a nice, warm meal when he gets home from work, so you need to make it for him. Not to mention, if you actually worked a bit, you might burn off a bit of fat. You're looking quite pudgy nowadays, and it's not attractive in the least.
Okay, first of all, this isn't the 1950s. I don't need to be a perfect housewife and do all of the cooking and cleaning and caring for my daughter. Jonathan and I are a team, and we both help take care of everything within our house, including each other. He understands that sometimes I can't get the cleaning done as I'm simply too tired. Secondly, I'm not fat. It's leftover baby weight. I will burn it off naturally as the months go by, and my body readjusts to not having a 7-pound tiny human in it. And when I can, I will also get back to the gym. Not that it's any of your business. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to sleep before Violet decides to wake up for her next feed.
Fine. If that's how you want to play, then I'll just have to tell Jonathan about your laziness. We'll see what he says about that.
Uh-huh. You do that. I'm going to turn my phone onto mute now so that it doesn't wake the baby.
Is that so?
Seriously, Vera? Why would you do that?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, so I'm guessing that it wasn't you calling my landline just so you could try and wake Violet and by extension me up? What have you got against me trying to get some sleep?
It's not right. A proper mother wouldn't do that.
Lots of mothers do it.
I will not have my daughter-in-law be a lazy, good-for-nothing mother who leaves her daughter to fend for herself.
Vera, I was having a nap. I wasn't leaving my daughter to fend for herself at all. You're being ridiculous.
Well, let's see about that, shall we?
What?
I'm a part of a Facebook New Mums group, and I've told them what you are doing and how you are acting, and there are quite a few women who are appalled at your behavior.
You've done what? That's so disrespectful of me, Vera. How I raise my daughter is nobody's business but mine and Jonathan's. I don't need a bunch of snooty women accusing me of abusing my daughter simply because I had a nap at the same time that she did.
But, like one woman pointed out, what if your daughter develops a fever whilst you're asleep? She could become very ill, and you wouldn't notice because you'd be too busy sleeping. It's quite a selfish thing to do. You're a mom now. Your needs come second to your baby's, so you need to suck it up and do what's best for Violet.
I am doing what's best for my daughter. Me not being half asleep as I care for her is in her best interest, as well as mine, as it means I'm less likely to do something stupid or forget something important.
If you're that inept at caring for a baby, then maybe you should just give her to me. I can look after her properly.
I'm not giving you my child, Vera.
Fine. I was just offering to help, but if you're going to be so defensive and overprotective, then so be it. Although, according to my Facebook group, you're just going to end up ruining Violet.
Excuse me? I am not going to ruin my daughter.
Are you sure about that? I mean, what are you even feeding her at the minute? Breast milk?
Yes. What? Is there suddenly something wrong with the way that women have been feeding their babies for thousands of years? Is my milk going to kill my baby?
Again with the sarcasm. And no, breast milk is actually the preferred method of feeding. Although, you don't do it in public, do you?
If Violet gets hungry whilst we are out, then yes, I'll feed her in public.
Seriously? And Jonathan lets you?
What do you mean he lets me? It's not his choice. And anyway, I think he'd rather our daughter gets fed properly.
Well, it's just improper. The only person who should see that area of you is your husband, your baby, and possibly your doctor if there's something wrong. The general public shouldn't be getting an eyeful of your breasts. It's just not decent. Do you not have any shame?
Me feeding my baby isn't shameful, and you won't make me think otherwise. If other people are going to try and make me feel it an issue as well, that's their problem. I'm not going to stop feeding my baby simply because someone is uncomfortable with a natural process that has been around for thousands of years.
Yes, well, I think that's something else I'll be having a word with Jonathan about.
You can talk to whoever you want, Vera, but nothing is going to change what I do with my baby, whether you like it or not. But thanks for disrespecting me and trying to humiliate me by posting what I do on Facebook. It was real classy of you. Now, if you don't mind, Violet has woken up and it's time for me to feed her. So, thanks for bothering me and making sure I couldn't get a nap in. Now I'll be exhausted for the rest of the day.
Louisa, is everything okay?
Huh? Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It's just, my mom has been messaging me telling me that you're not handling the baby well. I just wanted to make sure that you and Violet are both okay.
Your mother? She's still at it?
What do you mean?
She messaged me this afternoon, just as I had put Violet down for a nap and was about to have one myself. She started going on about how I shouldn't be napping when my baby did, and that I should be cleaning the house and cooking dinners instead so that I could be the perfect housewife. She then tried to shame me for breastfeeding Violet in public, saying that it wasn't proper and that no one else should see my breasts.
Ah, I see. That does explain a few things.
Why? What has she said to you?
She's basically said that the women in her Facebook group are all up in arms about how you're raising our daughter and that you're unfit to be a mom. She then demanded that I take Violet off of you and give her to her so that she can look after her properly, in her words.
Seriously? She actually said that?
More or less.
Look, I know that she's your mom, Jonathan, but that woman has crossed the line.
Yes, I agree. That's why I spent a good 30 minutes telling her off and explaining that her view of the world is much different to what things are actually like now.
You did that for me?
Yes, for you, for our daughter, and for me. She might be my mom, but she doesn't get to disrespect you and how you look after our daughter. She has no right to do that.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. I'll be back home soon. I can't wait to see my two favorite girls.
We can't wait to see you either. Seriously, Vera? I can't believe you've doxed me.
I've what?
Doxed me. It means you've given a group of people my personal information to contact and harass me. I can't believe you actually told your Facebook group who I was. Now I'm constantly getting messages from them claiming that I'm not raising my daughter right. It's ridiculous. You've gone too far now.
Well, maybe by humiliating you a little bit, you'll actually humble yourself and listen to me when I tell you what to do. After all, I have raised a child myself, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, except Violet isn't your child. She's mine. So I will raise her how I see fit.
Are you seriously still back-chatting me? Why are you being so stupid? Just listen to what I say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you should respect what I say.
Well, I'm Violet's mother, so you should respect what I say and do with my daughter. In fact, I'd come to a conclusion.
What's that then?
Because of how you've acted towards me and how I'm raising my daughter, I've decided that you won't get to see Violet again until you've started respecting my decisions as her mother and stopped trying to interfere in how she's raised.
What? You can't do that.
Actually, yes, I can.
Jonathan will never let you do this.
I've talked it over with Jonathan, actually, and he agrees with me.
What?
Until you start accepting that you don't have a say in how I raise my daughter, unless I ask for your opinion, then you won't get to interact with her. It's as simple as that, really.
That's completely unfair. You're just being cruel now. You can't keep me away from my granddaughter. I'll call Child Protective Services.
And that way, you won't see Violet ever again. All you have to do is stop trying to tell me how to parent my child, and you can see her. Until you do that, though, you won't get to spend time with her. Now, if you don't mind, Violet and I are going on a walk. Let me know when you've come to your decision. Goodbye, Vera. Vera tried to continue telling me what to do with my baby for a couple of weeks, whilst trying to find ways to secretly see her. But I kept true to my word and didn't let her see my daughter until she stopped trying to tell me what to do. It took a while, but eventually she stopped. I'm now slowly letting her start to visit Violet again. However, she knows that the moment she gives me her unwanted opinion, she'll go straight back to not seeing her. Sometimes you have to take a hard line to stick to your beliefs, but it can definitely be worth it.